All right, team. This is your host, Charles Becco, and today we are going to talk about the crypto market and one more stock pick that I think we should be paying attention to. All right, let's get to it. All right, so since our analysis, this has been Bitcoin and by proxy crypto altogether. I mean, literally from, 45, mid 40s to damn near almost double right here on Bitcoin. And we've just been pumping, right? I mean, I think we put out our original crypto analysis, like what, January 24th, 25th, 28th. And since then, just boom, right? There's lots of reasons for this. If you recall from our previous video, we're talking about the halving. We're talking about the Bitcoin ETF. I mean, those are two of the biggest factors that I believe that's contributing to this current bull run. Since then, we've went up here, touched all-time highs. Okay, and right now we kind of this is a little concerning. We kind of came back here into the channel. Okay, so this is the weekly here, and so what I really want, okay, I want us to just be above 65,000. I think that'll be good if we could just be above 65,288, which is this retracement level here. If we could be above here, I think we're okay. I mean, but just think, guys, for weeks, I mean, we've been on the third ATR on the daily for Bitcoin this entire time, right? And we just came down. We didn't even touch the 8 yet on the weekly, right? The weekly 8 is sitting around 59,000. And look, I mean, this big pullback here, you can see that the volume isn't really that tremendous, and we're still cruising at highs. I mean, all that's really happened here, right, is on the daily time frame, we've pretty much been sitting above the third ATR, which is insane for us to be above the third ATR for literally like a few weeks here. And we come down, touch the 21. I mean, barring some other disaster, I mean, I don't see Bitcoin dying, right? I mean, I see a very healthy, very much needed correction in the chart here. I mean, the hourly is bearish, but the daily and weekly is still very, very much bullish. Okay. Again, you do have a MACD cross down here at the daily, but again, just a very, very much needed correction, right? And so I'm pretty sure the thing that you're here for, right, and what you want to figure out is, okay, is Charles, how do we know if Bitcoin is going to keep running or is Bitcoin going to fail? Very simple. If Bitcoin is able to hold above the 21, okay, just forget everything else. If Bitcoin is able to hold above the daily 21, that is bullish. Don't care what's going on in the world. Holding above the daily 21, we are bullish. Okay. If Bitcoin kind of hangs around here, okay, between 65 and 70, 74, and it just chops around, that is a bullish signal. If Bitcoin comes, down here, bounces, definitely breaks to a new all-time high, that's bullish. If Bitcoin, kind of continues downward to a downward path, hits, the weekly 8, that's still at 59,000. That could be bullish, but then we want to see the weekly 8, the 59, 60,000 hold. I mean, technically, team, even if Bitcoin was to cruise all the way back down here to 50,000, okay, even though we would not like to see that, that would still be bullish, but then it's bullish on a longer time frame, but then it'll be bearish on the daily and hourly time frame for sure. That would reduce the likelihood that the run would keep going if we were to come all the way down here and then we were chopping around, So again, what we want to see, right? We want to see us hold the daily 21 first. If we can't hold the daily 21, which is currently at 63,000, we want to see 59, 60,000 hold. And even if we could hold 50,000, right? Let's say for the next 3-4 months, right? I think the halving is in April. Let's just say for the next couple of weeks, if we're just chopping around, if we're just above 50K, that is still bullish. I mean, it's not as strong as holding 60K, but that'll still be bullish. But pretty much, team, obviously, if we lose, the daily 20, right? You lose 64,000. You lose 60,000. You lose 50,000. Then yeah, chances are the current run, because will be stalled or potentially over, but I wouldn't say that Bitcoin is dead, right? Because even if Bitcoin forms a new base between 30 and 40,000 as the new quote unquote low, that's still higher than the previous base low, which is about 20,000. So on the yearly time frame, right? That'll still be net bullish. So those are some scenarios for you on Bitcoin. Now, I used to just go through all of the other, tickers and break them all down. Yeah, I don't got time for that. All right, let's just go to the most interesting of the Magnificent Seven. Let's talk about Tesla. Um, Tesla is actually holding and defended very nicely a multi-year support level at between 165 and 166. And yeah, I mean, on the weekly time frame, I'm thinking Tesla is I think it wants to bottom out here, okay? Because if you look at where the previous run pretty much started, it was right around this range, right? Between 150 and 160. 165 is a key psychological multi-year support level, right? If you could just go back here, you'll see even if this upper channel here at 187 failed, you can see time and time again, we bounce, okay, we dip, okay, because that was a big dip. But we bounced, came back, test, bounced again, and we're coming down to here, and we're back here again, right? So there's lots of areas. This is a strong area of contention here at 165, and I think Tesla, starting to, find its footing here, right? Momentum is coming back here in the hourly time frame. We're not losing momentum on the daily anymore, and so for you long-term holders, if you're interested in Tesla, maybe this is a place where you might want to start adding some shares, okay? And okay, I didn't want to do this, okay, but again, Nvidia, right? I mean, team, this is for people who are looking for Nvidia to just die. Okay, this is hugely bearish, right? Especially on the weekly time frame. But man, oh man, Nvidia just doesn't want to be done again, right? I mean, it's a different bag of rice, right? When a stock has this big, bearish doji and da 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 da. But the fact that we're chopping around, right? So, if you look at Nvidia as an example, as a possible scenario for what Bitcoin could do, right? If you make a high, you take a big leg down, but then you chop around relatively close or around at the highs, that is kind of a net bullish, right? One thing I learned from Rogi Horner from Simpler Trading is that, if the preceding trend was bullish, right, and we're choppy now, then chances are the next trend will remain bullish. Okay. If you gamble, the most amount of money that you're ever going to lose is to bet against the clear trend. And team, this is a clear trend on the weekly time frame, right? I mean, things are just starting to look like it's starting to lose some steam. But losing steam and reversing is two totally different bags of rice, right? And so one of the things that keeps enabling Nvidia to kind of keep these really insane valuations and price levels is, bears is jumping the gun and trying to bet against it, right? So Nvidia is a good example of, again, just something that's ran up a ton in a short amount of time, and maybe just taking a breather. But then if you're just looking at the chart here, it's kind of hard to tell in a daily time frame whether this is going to be like a phase, let's say a phase 2 market phase or a phase 3, right? And so yeah, team, I mean, this is looking, I mean, we could be potentially setting up for another leg higher, right? Right now, Nvidia is actually moving like Tesla used to move, right? I think people who were big Tesla bulls from 4 or 5 years ago, this is the way Tesla used to move. Tesla used to move just like this until, the eventual, clapping, if you will. Actually, this is not even that, this chart. This just goes back 3 years, right? So we go back 5, right? Yeah. Yeah. You remember Tesla, and then boom, right? And then even if we just chill about it, then boom again, right? So team, do not doubt Nvidia's ability to keep going, right? All right, so I really just wanted to cover crypto and Tesla, but yeah, Nvidia found its way in here. And to all my faithful subscribers who've been listening for years, thank you. I really appreciate you. And I know I haven't covered Nvidia that much, but I don't think I needed to. Like, everyone else was talking about Nvidia, and if you know how we do here at Brooklyn Traders, we like to think about trades and ideas that not everybody's talking about. And I think that's the reason why you're here. So again, thanks. Charles Becco, Brooklyn Traders. We out! Hey, thanks for watching. Please follow us at Brooklyn Traders on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Happy trading, y'all. Stay safe out there.